How y'all doing? So, I'm standing up today. I'm having some some sciatica issues because I'm an old man. I'm trying to figure out ways to stretch that out or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of driving for so long and I've been sitting down for basically too much. But I work out, I run, I don't know. I guess it's sciatica. I looked it up. It's annoying. But anyway, I'm stretching. I'm seeing, well, I'll back up. I think, obviously I've made a few videos about trucking in general and how it pays really well. But over the last, basically this year, I'm starting to see, I don't know if this is just specific to Utah or what, but trucking jobs around here are they don't pay what they were paying, if that makes sense. Like, I see some high paying jobs every once in a while, you know, a couple $100,000 ones here and there. But that's typically like fuel tanker jobs, hazmat, you know. And then everything else is lease purchase the truck. Like, no way I'm doing that. That's way too risky. And like for what I'm doing, bulk tanker, that has slowed down a whole lot. I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't do anything. I sat from like Wednesday one week, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I was off, because I'm always off on Saturday and Sunday, and then I was off on a Monday and Tuesday, so it was like 5 days straight. Well, it was 5 or 6 days, something like that. I sat 5 days straight at home, just waiting for a load to come in. At least I was home, you know. It's not like over the road to get stuck somewhere, but still. Things have slowed down a lot. And this is like supposed to be the heavy, busy season for almost all trucking jobs. Anyway, I'm always on Indeed looking at jobs and see what the market's like. And apparently the job market across the entire nation for everybody sucks right now. You know, and it depends on location, but for most places, the job market's kind of shit. You know, I've heard like tech guys are having a lot of trouble. They'll apply to like hundreds of jobs and they won't get anything. So it's weird. So the job market sucks. Everybody's like, oh, the economy's great, but the job market sucks. This is exactly how it was back in like 2008, 2009. It was so hard to find a job doing anything that was worth your time. And you know, I look on Indeed now and I see most of these trucking jobs are $50,000, $60,000. You know, trucking should be paying 80 and up. Like, that's how much trucking should pay. It's a skilled job. It's a skilled trade, and it deserves good pay. But, you know, we've been harping on that for 20 years now because we're making the same money that most of us were making in the 80s. And like I said, like, I don't make a whole ton of money at the job I'm at right now, but the company's great. And it gets me home every day for the most part, but it's slowed down so much now that I'm going out and being out, you know, 2-3 days, sometimes 4 days at a time. So I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's just Utah or what. But the job market is so warped that I am seeing jobs like Costco warehouse positions, like forklift driver or stockers, are making more money, supposedly more money, than a lot of trucking jobs pay. Like, if a Costco worker can make $70K a year, then why can't truckers all make $70 to $80K a year and up? You know, that's insane. That's stupid. So Utah is right now the third most unaffordable state because inflation here hit hard. And yeah, it's because of Californians moving here, and then corporations and big investment firms buying up all these homes that are getting built. There's a ton of new homes in Utah, except they're all like $500K and up. It's insane how much a home costs here. Luckily, my rent has been pretty decent. I still think rent is obviously way overpriced, but my rent's been pretty good. Average rent here is like $1,700 a month. Mine's less than that. Average home price, mortgage, $3,000 a month here. You need to make like $150K a year to be comfortable with prices like that. And that's not even factoring in the rest of inflation, like how much food costs, and gas is $4 again. And you can't blame Biden. I'm not going to blame any president on any of this stuff. But there comes a point where the government should step in and say, hey, some of this stuff doesn't need to be this expensive. So we're getting price gouged. And there's a law against that. But I guess, as far as it doesn't count for the housing market, right? But it's crazy. Like the income to cost of living ratio around here, and apparently most of the country, is just unsustainable. Nobody can do this. I'm paying my bills, but I also have child support, and that's making it hard. That's making it really tough. So I've been squeezed. So I'm back to looking at big companies, to see if I can find something that pays me six figures. The kind of money that I was making right before I moved out of Pennsylvania. But we'll see. I'm not holding on to it too dearly because none of this stuff really gets me home every day unless I either drive at night or am on the road for 2-3 weeks at a time, which neither of those I'm not doing either of those. No. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like I have to make more money. I think everybody has to make more money. If you've got a job where you make six figures and you're happy with it, keep it. I tried to keep mine with Food Liner when I moved out here, but that didn't work out. They couldn't really make the lane for me. But that's whatever. And I've been looking ever since I moved. I've been looking for another high-paying job, and I haven't really found it. I applied with 10 Roads Express twice. So they had a lane that was going from Salt Lake to Denver, up to Wamsutter, Wyoming, and back here, and that was paying like 80 or 90K. I was like, okay, I'll take that. That's a couple nights out. That's fine. And they ended up giving that away to somebody internally. Okay, fine. So I applied to another job they had that paid a little bit less. It's like $65-70, but it was Wyoming and back home every day, and only 4 days a week. I was like, that's good too. I'll try that. They gave that one away to someone internally at last minute. I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, and I applied a few months ago to Walmart when they posted a listing, and Walmart obviously pays a lot. I might have mentioned that earlier. They didn't take me. They looked over me. They get a lot of applicants. They get a ton of applicants, I imagine, because it's a huge company and they pay really well. And apparently people that work for Walmart driving really like it. But they just posted a bunch of new jobs. Tried that one. I'm not trying to jump around or anything like that, but like it's come to a point where I have to make, because of inflation and bills and child support, stuff like that, and just generally being comfortable financially, I have to make six figures. And I know a lot of companies can't hold that up. They can't support that. It's just crazy. I was fine with the schedule I had and the money that I was making, but over the last couple months, I've just been like, man, I gotta make money somehow. And I don't want to go get my hazmat again because I don't want to haul fuel. But I don't know. Where do you guys find these jobs? I haven't seen them. They've disappeared. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of frustration. I don't know. I'm not like sinking or drowning. I'm paying my bills, but it's getting tougher and tougher. It seems like everything just keeps getting more expensive. So make more money is really the only option, and finding a new job is probably also the only option there. Because I work for a small company now. Obviously a smaller company isn't going to have the freight network that a giant company would have. And I don't want to work for a giant company again. I don't want to go back to work for like Crete or CR England. I did check with CR England. They have some lanes that pay a lot. But a lot of those were team driving. Also, that's something else I don't want to do. Oh my God, no. I've checked with Swift. They've got some 80 to 90K lanes, dedicated stuff. So it's back to looking at big companies. You know, companies that can survive times like this. Really, you know, I wasn't really affected last time we had like a crazy recession or anything like that. I was actually working in restaurants. But then, you know, rent wasn't high back then. My first apartment, I worked at a restaurant. My first apartment was $350 a month. I had plenty of money working in a restaurant. I had plenty of money to play with. But now it's different. I'm older, I got bills, got a kid. So I start thinking like, you know, I got to make money somehow, and trucking is really the only thing that can pay me that much without me going back to school. I can't afford to go back to school because I'm having to pay for everything. I don't know, man. I'm figuring it out. I mean, that's what men do, right? We figure it out. We persist. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody's got suggestions. You know, who do you work for? Today, I actually applied for a couple different jobs. I only applied to ones that paid 6 figures and up. That's it. I'm not taking anything less than that. If I'm gonna change jobs, I want it to be worth it. But we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. I'm supposed to go to Boise, Idaho today, but I've been here getting loaded for like 3 hours. I don't think that's gonna happen. Probably just gonna go home and leave really early tomorrow. I might have a date tonight, maybe, if that doesn't get canceled. We'll see. I still haven't made a dating video. Dating is insane. Dating, like online dating, that's really the only way to meet people unless you go out in the bars all the time, and I don't do that. I don't know. I'm either in a truck or at home. So online dating, right? I'll make a video about that. My experiences. They haven't been crazy, but sometimes it's a hellscape. But yeah, that's it. That's the update today. Just trying to find a way to make money to survive. How y'all doing? Y'all surviving? Have a good one.